We seen a tape. How many tapes exist?
3.
3.
How many did the public see?
I think 1.
And you're saying Kris Jenner was a part of all 3 in some capacity, with knowing that this was happening.
She made us do it. She made us shoot them, bro. She watched them. I had the first one that was long time ago. She made us do more, bro. She made us do more, and she watched us, and she watched it.
So Kris Jenner was in the room while you were having sex with Kim.
This might be one of the best interviews Ray J have done, just because you can tell when somebody genuinely speaking from their heart and speaking from the truth. You feel me? For about 20, 30 minutes, Buddy did not leave the conversation alone to say Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner helped him put out that tape years ago, but then blamed him for putting it out, which bolstered and shot up their career. Because now it doesn't make Kim K look like a dope film star. It looked like some black man wanted revenge, so he released this. But he goes into great detail on explaining this, but we always felt like this is what happened in the first place. But let's get into it, man. This is a great interview.
You want to go to 20?
I want to go to 20.
Say less. You had a recent legal news with the Kardashians.
How's my socks?
They're unbelievable.
Are they going right? Because I don't want the burgundy to like do too much to like what I'm saying.
You had a recent legal news with the Kardashians. The last time you were here, you couldn't really speak on it, but now you can.
Yeah.
So
I could touch on it.
Tell us what's going on.
I definitely touched on it. I want people to get this very clear. This isn't me. Like, this is old. This is old as fuck. Like, we're past 2 decades of this, right?
But there's a lot of things that's still unclear, though.
And eventually it'll all be out in the forefront, right? I am not the one that keeps bringing this shit up. All I wanted to do was tell my truth. Tell my truth, so I started to tell it. And then they started to not want me to tell it.
Who is they?
The family that you just mentioned.
Kardashians.
So we did a settlement agreement. And when I was saying too much, money was paid. They were supposed to put out press to say, hey, we're finally closing this matter. They had their quote. I had my quote. We're ready to go. It never happened. Contracts were breached. Episodes are still up. We were never supposed to mention the sex tape ever again. This is in 2023. This is not 2004. This is right now, leading up till today. And for me, I got a son and a daughter. And to make me out to be the revenge porn guy who you overcame the stress and you know, I did this to you, and then you guys battled through it and you won, and it was a horrible time in your life. You know, that's a false narrative. And for me, you know, it's really not about the money. It's really about the truth moving forward for my kids and for my family, and for their legacy, right? I don't really, I'm not tripping off legacy. It's truth. It's good and bad. It's horrible things people can do to somebody. And then there's the reality of all of us being together and all of us taking accountability for fucking the game and twisting these stories and becoming successful. When it became, you're the one who did this to us, it was a problem for me.
That's what they said to you.
That's the story.
That's the narrative.
Is that not the narrative?
No, well.
What's the narrative to you? Because if I talk to like Chris Cuomo, his narrative is, yeah, you were a piece of shit, Ray. You tried to do this to a family who had morals and values, and you did wrong. And then they overcame what you did, and they won, and you're a piece of shit. Well, you're the bad guy.
It's not my narrative, but it's for the longest, it was painted as you being the direct person that released the tapes.
We said the same thing.
Correct.
And I was just looking on here right now because he said there was a settlement. And I was like, okay, if this was something of revenge, it would be some type of legal matter. You know what I'm saying? He Ray J would have had some type of charges filed, but it's saying legally the situation around Ray J and Kim Kardashian didn't turn into a long courtroom battle the way people sometimes assume. The distribution deal, not a criminal case. The tape released as Kim Kardashian as a superstar was distributed by Vivid Entertainment. Instead of a lawsuit dragging on, it was settled quickly. Kim Kardashian filed a lawsuit over privacy and ownership. Ray J can't be lying and he can't be crazy. If that's documented, it wasn't about the revenge porn aspect. It was about the ownership. It's quite crazy to paint him as if he was the monster and did that to their family when they started battling over ownership rights and things like that.
Without their consent.
Were you?
Absolutely not. It doesn't even. It can't. It doesn't work like that.
Who released the tapes then? If you didn't do it, did Kim do it?
We all did it together.
It don't work like that.
It does work like that. Kris Jenner did the deal. Kim and I both signed 12.5% together. Her handwriting is on my contract. Her handwriting is on my addendum.
What contract are we talking about? Are we talking about the 2023?
To 23 is, so they're suing me because they felt I defamed them because I'm telling the truth.
So, in lack of a better term, the 2023 document was hush money, so to speak.
If you want to put it like that.
Okay.
Yeah.
But you're talking about.
So the 2023, once we signed and we all did the deal, we were never supposed to talk about the sex tape ever again.
Ever.
It was done. Signed on the dotted line. We all met together. Money was paid. Money was still being paid. Money's still being paid. Money's still owed. But you breached the contract. It's still up on Hulu. You keep dropping more gems about the tape and breaching the contract. And so now you're suing me. And you want everything to be sealed in this defamation suit. But the judge just said, no, we're denying that. We want to see all of it.
Okay. So
that doesn't have anything to do with 2005. If you look at the first contracts, it's online. You know, of course, you do 100 million contracts. The addendum, you know what that is.
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's a page where we're writing what we're selling. This is what we're selling.
And to make it official, you need a signature to.
But you also need to write what you're selling.
Correct.
If you look at my contract, you know how you go with your girl to the doctor? Your girl or your mom takes you to the doctor. Well, they usually fill out the stuff and then you just do it, right? As somebody, you know, who's either younger or not as responsible, whatever. So you fill out the document. So I fill out my part. The addendum, I didn't put that. That's her handwriting on my contract. That's way before this new shit that's happening. Bottom line is,
You know what it is too? The Kardashian, they weren't anybody. Around that time, Ray J was popping. You know what I'm saying? Ray J music was up there. Brandy music was up there. The image was up there. So when he's saying the addendum, which is something added to the contract, the addendum was written in for them so they can have some type of, I guess, ownership or some type of funds coming their way because of the film. Because Ray J had the name and they filter it through Ray J because of his stardom and fame. Now, years later, they have surpassed Ray J in a sense when it comes to finances in being a household name as the Kardashians. Now they trying to strong man him and trying to keep this victim mentality as if they was a victim to this black man revenge porn. You feel me? They want to hold that. They want to hold that image because they don't want to come out and say, "Hey, we lied. We weren't victims. We all orchestrated this. Ray J knew. We knew Ray J was going to put this particular video, this particular tape out. We knew this. You know what I'm saying? So he's explaining how they're tied into the contract before the release with Vivid.
Like, it's so confusing to the listener. It's so confusing to the person seeing it. And what I want to say is that I don't want to be the person looked at like I'm trying to keep this shit alive. I'm tired of this shit. I want to move on with my life. They're the ones who keep this shit open and keep poking the bear and keep trying to take everything from me and keep trying to make me into this bad person and then try to drain all my money out of my account because they got 5 or 6 lawyers on all of these cases right now and trying to end me and think that we can't survive. So I spent all my money on the best lawyers too. I got the best lawyers just like them. Howard King is better than Alex Spiro, whatever the fuck his name is. But I called him personally and I said, bro, I have the truth, bro. You're fucking in muddy waters. You're playing around in some shit that you don't want to be playing around with. For your career, I hit him personally because it's personal to me. But
don't you have a lawyer for that though?
I do, but I wanted him to understand that I'm for real. I don't know if you're being lied to, but this is real. And so it's been a challenge. And the 2023 settlement has nothing to do with the 2005 deal. This is a new deal, and they breached, and now they're suing me for defaming them for telling the truth, and it's not okay. But I just want people to understand it's not me. They're lingering this shit on. All they gotta do is tell the truth, or we're done.
So
I'm telling you, this is the most serious we have seen Ray J. You feel me? Because it's something that is detrimental to his life and his image in his pockets. You feel me? Ain't no joke being told, ain't no word being stumbled over. But he's most definitely been he seemed genuine and thorough, especially within this 20-minute segment that we about to review.
Breached. The breach of contract happened when they mentioned it on Keeping Up with the Kardashians.
They always mention it on there.
Okay.
And they always make me look really bad.
Yeah. So
and when you say they always mention it on the Kardashian show, they have mentioned the particular tape about 30 times, and they got 300 episodes. You feel me? So every time they mention I guess the tape, it gives them some relevance. It's like one of those how would you say, like it's like an anchor of their life and their career that everybody can relate to when it comes to how can he do you like that and shit like that. It's like a fake victim's anchor.
So for everybody's understanding, we think we seen a sex tape. How many sex tapes exist?
3.
How many did the public see?
I think 1.
And you're saying Kris Jenner was a part of all 3 in some capacity, with knowing that this was happening.
She made us do it. She made us shoot them, bro. She watched them. I had the first one that was long time ago. She made us do more, bro. She made us do more, and she watched us, and she watched it.
So Kris Jenner was in the room while you were having sex with Kim?
No.
Okay, so...
Because then at that point, I was young and naive. So when she sent us to Santa Barbara to do it, at that point, I was like, it's just weird, but, and I hate to say it because I was super dumb and I was super naive and I was young I was like, man, I think I'm gonna fuck her mama too, because why does she want us to keep doing? You know, as a young man, I'm like 22 or 20, like, you know, I'm like, I think that they wanna. Now to have kids is disgusting. But back then, 20 years ago, you know, you don't think the way you think now. And it's sad to do that to us. So I've said it before, and they've tried to muffle me and pay me and do all of this other stuff. And they've attempted to, they've given me money. They tried to bully me and intimidate me through this process, and now we're in court. And I think, you know, in the long run, I think the truth always comes to light. That's what they said. That's if you have faith and you have belief in the right thing, then eventually the truth will come to light. My kids are good. They know it's real. They know we're real. We're good people, and we're not what we're depicted to be.
So to this point, and this is all I want.
Pause.
Kris Jenner orchestrated the whole sex tape thing.
1,000%.
Say less.
1,000.
And that's something he's been saying. It's not something new. We all figured it out. You didn't bring charges on Ray J for putting it out. It catapulted all their careers. Like, this was a move that actually Paris Hilton had did. You know what I'm saying? And it catapulted her career because they weren't seeing celebrities in these intimate moments like that. You know what I'm saying? It was just almost unheard of. Paris Hilton did it and killed the game. Kim Kardashian and Paris Hilton were best friends. Kim Kardashian was an assistant of Paris Hilton. And they just took the blueprint she did and did it with a male that was notable. He was a superstardom at the particular time. And it catapulted their career, bro. Just for them to say, oh, nah, he did that by himself. But on the back end, hey, we want our check from that. We ain't gonna press no charges. We ain't gonna do that because we all agree with it. You know what I'm saying?
Do you think this happens because the Kardashians saw the success of Paris Hilton's sex tape?
That was the strategy. That's my strategy. That's what I told her how it's gonna work. If you do this now, it's gonna pop for you. That's me being a strategic marketer. I seen the vision.
A sex tape, though?
So Paris and Kim are best friends. She's getting pub. She already has an old one. Paris is killing it. Drop it now. Whether your relationship or whatever is over, it doesn't matter. You can take over. Right then, it's out of my hands. My mom's gonna get involved. She has it from here. Done. I didn't know Steve Hirsch. I didn't know Joe Francis. I can get Joe Francis on the phone. He's the one that connected everybody. Girls Gone Wild. I didn't know him before Kris introduced us to all of them. And again, if I told you we saw aliens yesterday, you wouldn't believe me. That's what this kind of story is. That's how vivid this is, slow to speak. It's a very uncomfortable story, but it's real, man. And it's real in this industry of how people with money can make you believe anything and do deals with people who are trusting them to be honest and good people and promote their brand or get them out of jail, innocent people out of jail, while there's an innocent person in this mix with you that you're having fun with. Pushing us down, stealing money from my sister, stealing money from my mom, and still continuing to be aggressively bad people to try to suppress us. And we have no.
I'm gonna say this: name a black man that the Kardashians dated that had any type of success and peace and prosperity after or doing while dealing with these women. These motherfuckers messed up black men so much, they father had to turn into a woman and get him one so he can do better than them. They father had to say, black men, I'm sorry, I'll treat y'all better. Even the daddy like black men, goddamn. But he had to do that for the family. But it's crazy how there's a pattern with the with the Kardashians. Even if you black, like even if you a black woman, you are not going out unscathed dealing with that family.
Support. I have no support. Nobody's gonna get behind what I'm saying. Fucks up all their money. But when the truth comes to light, it all works in I think God's favor and the truth's favor. Because, I mean, let's look at OJ, and I hate to bring OJ up. We don't know what happened. He was acquitted, so that's it. We know that in the court. Everybody still speculates that he did it. If you saw a tape or saw the proof or saw something that confirms that, it will move you the wrong way. Should we hold for sound?
No.
Okay. It will move you a different way. Or if an alien actually walked out, a real one, it will move you a different way. Even though you know that there's aliens here. You know the story. Everybody knows the story. Everybody feels it in their heart of who did what. I don't want to keep being the person that is looked at as even thirsting for this. I want this shit to be over with right now. All you gotta do is tell the truth. We don't even have to go to court. It's over. Just go on camera and tell them what really happened and what really is, so my daughter and son can move on when they get older. They're gonna have to see these kids and see and go through this fucking vortex of either lies or we'll be done with it before they understand what it is. That's my goal. They're 6 and 7. I have a daughter. They talking about, we doing this for your kids. How the fuck you doing this for my kids? Giving me a couple $1 million. That ain't shit. It's the truth that's supposed to come with that, and it hasn't. Lie detector.
They trying to pay him off as if money can silence your grievance when you being lied on. You can't silence me when you lying on me to the public and to people to paint me out to be a victim, or not a victim, but a person that I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I'm not the villain. Don't try to pay me to silence me because I'm telling y'all to tell the truth on my behalf. Can't do shit for my children when you trying to make it seem like I'm this man that did this woman just wrong and I violated her privacy and I violated her womanhood. You know what I'm saying? Something that was just so precious to her. Nah, we all did this. You, the mama, and me. We agreed to this. I was a young 21-year-old, 22-year-old kid. You know what I'm saying? Following behind this adult that exploited that. And we don't talk about that when young black men or young men in general get exploited by these older women or these older men. But let it be an 18-year-old, 19-year-old, 20-year-old woman, and it's a man on the other side of that. Oh, he coerced her. He manipulated her. He did this, but man, we don't get that. And I'm not crying for it. I'm just letting it be known.
Test, lying under oath, saying y'all had nothing to do with it, grown ass women with successful careers, tearing down another black family, as they do, over and over and over. Only thing is with us is that everybody else you can do that to, but you can't do it to me and you can't do it to the truth. We will not fucking back down. Everybody should take accountability. I take full accountability for all the shit that we did. They should do the same. To not do it and make me the bad guy, that's just not fair. You're already rich. Just tell the truth. It's not gonna do nothing to you. It'll help me.
But do you think it'll help them?
It won't do anything. If it does, so be it. But if you tell the truth, then we can move on. All you got to do is go out and say, yeah, I did it. I orchestrated it. I hooked it all up. All of this shit. And that's it. And I'm only saying what's legally being able to be said because the judge denied their motion. They have to redact all the things in that settlement so the world can see it and the judge can see it, and you'll see it for yourself.
Yeah. Now, just so we're on the same page, you said they stole from you, or they stole from your sister, they stole from your mom. You're using that as an example because of the lawyer fees attached to this, or?
They stole 800 grand, it was like 600,000 to 800,000 off my mom's credit card and Brandy's credit card.
To do what?
They stole it. So Kim and Chloe was my sister's assistants. Kim was doing closets. They didn't have any money.
Oh yeah, man. They some goddamn gypsies, goddamn, like. So they been doing these people wrong. They been doing the family of Ray J wrong. And when he explained how they was stealing, it's how a lot of people that is rich get stole from. You have high spending habits, then you have this assistant, or you have some accountant watching your money, going to go places to get you things that you say you want, and they start buying shit for themselves. They start getting, when you say, hey, go pick me up a Bentley, they go get them a Honda Accord on the side as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you making so much money, you're not watching it, but also you trusting this particular person with your finances. And they've been, and it's ages, this is ages long. This is how rich folks get stole from. Being too trustworthy.
They work for Brandy. Brandy said, go shopping for me. They swipe the card and get Brandy 3 or 4 Jimmy Choo shoes or whatever, or clothes, whatever, and then they'll get themselves like 4 or 5 shoes too. Over and over for months and months and months until they ran up to like almost $1 million. Then my mom gave them the card. My mom don't spend money. My mom is very frugal. Mm-hmm. They spent like 100 bands on her card running it up, and that's how she found it.
Still fashion?
All kind of shit, bro. They had my mom's credit card. They thought my mom spent like Brandy spent and stole all their money, bro. They got caught. They had to pay it back. It's in court. They had to pay it back. It's just Brandy.
Damn, the Kardashians got that much money that these stories can get buried. I didn't know. And I'm going to find it if it's true. But let's take Ray J word for it at the moment, because it feel like he being genuine and honest. I don't feel like I haven't detected a lie. You feel me? And some of these things I already heard, but since I guess they breached the contract, now he can the contract. Now he can talk about it a little bit more. Since the judge denied the motion, he can expound on it a little bit more. But this is crazy, bro. Kanye wasn't tripping.
Is a good person, and I guess she was in a situation where she couldn't speak on it, so they got away with it. They paid the money back, or they paid majority. I don't know. They got caught. It's court documents. You stole almost $1 million from my family. At the same time, you pointed the finger at me and said, "I'm the bad guy. You did this to us." A family with morals and values, and said, "Bitch, suck my dick." Oh, my bad. You already did that. There's nothing left. So I'm carving out another career because I can't go mainstream. They got the mainstream on lock. You fuck with us, they're not fucking with you. So here's the reality stars and grimy shows and traumatic shows in another lane that you can't fuck with. There's the scooty bikes and there's the earbuds with partners in Korea that you can't fuck with, that I can continue to build brands. Like, we make $80 million a year on Raycon when we started. 8 million, 40 million, 80, 80, 80, 80. What could I possibly, like, how much would I make if I was the person that is really who I am? Like you're making me bad, so I'm surviving. And then every like 5 or 6 years, they bring it back up. You know what I'm saying? And it's fucked up.
I wonder how this is going to turn out when everything is put out on paper in the public, because I feel like Buddy being genuine. I could be biased because I'm for black folks. Goddamn, right or wrong. You feel me? Unless it's just super wrong. But I really want to see what comes out of this I guess this lawsuit that they have brought upon Ray J, because they may be thinking, well, he can't prove this has happened, but it's like, if you signed on that addendum where he had to release the footage of y'all doing y'all tape, and the mom pitched it or sold it to one of these conglomerates of a media, that's all the proof you need. But let me know what y'all think. I left this in the description. It is a 3-hour interview, and I'm about to go finish it.